Upgraded my Canva account to Pro for the test period, and maybe you're curious what Affinity AI can do. So I'm just going to show you that, and I'm going to concentrate on the vector features that it has. If you're doing that, then you get this Canva Studio on top of that, on top of what it has. So here we have all the studios, and it has the AI Studio that you can now switch to generate artwork. I'm going to just enter prompts here. So let's start with this one. And I'm just going to enter it here. And as you can see, it says automatically enhance prompt. So if you just have a few words or your description is not too elaborate, then it can enhance that and give you a more elaborate description of your prompt that you can then enter and have it generate that. And you see, it generates a vector drawing. But of course, as generative AI works raster-based, this will be auto-traced. And it will have all the downsides of auto-tracing. We will see that in a minute. As you can see, there's a mistake in that. That is something it didn't do when I tried the other time. So might happen, but not the usual result. So let's zoom in, and you see we've got all these bits and pieces here, and they are actually there. So let's just go into the wireframe. So there you can see it. It's actually there, which is not so nice. I've made a video about Affinity's auto tracing, and there you can see why it's so bad. Now, what's nice about this is when you take a look in the layers panel, there you can see your prompt, the one that has been actually entered to generate the image, and you can see that it's saved in the file. Let's try another thing, and that is something that I have already had Affinity enhance. So that's no longer the original version that I entered. So let's generate a logo. And of course, I wanted this to be very precise and geometric, and we're going to see what it does from that. So here you can see the logo style, and of course this will also apply to icons that you generate, and you see the geometric stuff does not really work. That is something that's better drawn manually, of course. I have just generated vectors, and you might have wondered, so why does it generate vectors? It can also generate images. You can switch with this little switch up there. It can do some other things. Let's just hide this, and let's make a duplicate of this one here, because when we are using now one of the other functions, then the original image will be replaced. So I'm going to use the Generative Edit tool, and let's change the character. So as you can see, the expression of the animals is pretty similar. It also keeps the tail, which a polar bear doesn't really have, but also what's happening, this is no longer a vector image. So when you do generative editing, it will be pixel-based. Also, all the other things, here we have a generative expand tool. They do not work on vector artwork. You can really only generate vector art, and the editing is for pixel-based images, or at least the images will be turned into pixels when you use that. That is what I wanted to show you about AI in Affinity.